Greetings and felicitations.
Okay, here comes the first round.
Boom. And
Jeez, that was just
boom.
unnecessary.
You kidding me? You can't be out of range? What?
Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. You're all of the Appian Way here with another replay for you. I am playing against Noxi. Noxi here is playing as Ithaca. I am playing as Phthia. Now, this Phthian army, I decided I wanted to be a little bit clever. I wanted to try and dig into some units that I don't often see, and I paused the game right away because when you're playing against Ithaca, sometimes they Vanguard deploy right where you expect them to. And that's exactly what happened. I deployed my young spears off here over the left because there was this nice little patch of shrubbery that warriors of Ithaca love to deploy in, and sure enough, I find 3 of them right off the bat. I deploy a Centaur warrior, Savage Centaur warrior right here, just so I can move up and see what units he may have forward deployed here. I'm quickly going to discover the warriors of Ithaca and see the javelins from the ambushers and exemplary ambushers. And meanwhile, I also did put units over here, just in case he felt the need to forward deploy over on this side. But I see the majority of his army here, and I see the warriors of Ithaca here. I am quickly going to reposition all of these forces in this direction, and I'm going to shift my main battle line right here to stand right here. Now, what is in that main battle line? Let me tell you. I brought a pair of Aeginian runners for the flanks, 4 renowned Phthian spears, fighter vanquisher hero in the center in support, and to dual enemy heroes. My fast movers include a reinforced chariot and a pair of Savage Centaur warriors. I brought you the 2 pelagic Thessalians because guess what? These guys are really, really cool. These are like hopped up light spear runners without the shield, without the precursor javelins, just the spear and their feet, and they have stalk, so my opponent cannot see them. I also bought 3 young spears just to round out my scouting portion and to make sure that I have a little bit of extra fast-moving oomph. My opponent did bring 4 warriors of Ithaca, 2 exemplary ambushers and 1 ambusher. He brought a Sirens, he brought a Cyclops, he brought 2 heavy sword skirmishers, a spear runner, and an archer trickster hero in the chariot. Now, right away, first thing that's going to happen here is I'm going to eat some javelins from Warriors of Ithaca. You always run the risk when you're scouting for Warriors of Ithaca that you're going to get caught and you're going to get found out. I had to move up a little bit over here because I only saw the 3 warriors and I was going, where's the 4th? And then just about the same time my young spears get caught, my Savage Centaur warriors get caught over here by the other Warrior of Ithaca that I was looking for. So I'm taking casualties and it doesn't look good, but you have to keep in mind these are cheap units. I don't mind taking a couple of casualties and I don't mind distracting my opponent from, you know, the rest of what's coming down the pipe. And what's coming down the pipe? Oh, just some chariots that I accidentally move into the scrubs. Don't put your chariots in scrubs. Doot. And I'm also shifting over my pelagic Thessalians. I'm going to have an opportunity for them to engage soon. I see the hero moving off over here alone, and he pretty much seems content to stay out this direction. So I'm going to go ahead and eventually start repositioning my pelagic Thessalians. Here's their move orders. To sit in the scrubs over here, I might have an opportunity to pounce on the hero with them, if I'm lucky. I quickly charge into this 1 warrior of Ithaca with my Savage Centaur warrior. It's not a fight that the Savage Centaur warriors are going to win, but I wanted to slow them down a little bit, give them a little bit of cause for concern, and because as you can see, I'm still trying to position my army. I'm just happy that I know where the warriors of Ithaca are, and granted, I have to pay a heavy cost just for that knowledge. They turn around, they move back into the scrub line to break line of sight. They also see my chariots coming. I decided I wanted to try and see if I couldn't 86 the Sirens with an Aeginian runner, just get lucky enough to run in there. And he also taunts my Aeginian runner with those Sirens, which, you know, to me, I'm like, alright, well, I guess I can't change my mind now. Not that I wanted to. The only target that my Aeginian runners is going to be any good against are those Sirens. So, I'm getting beat up. They're out of control, though. They're being chased by Cyclops, Spear Runners, Warriors of Ithaca, Heavy Sword Skirmishers, and they're eating Ambusher and Exemplary Ambusher javelins. But hey, I managed to catch some Sirens. Alright, I killed one of them, too. Even better. He's focusing on that, though. He has this 1 Warrior of Ithaca slightly out of position, and I'm going to go ahead and charge on in with my Reinforced Chariots. And he is going to retreat into the scrub line. He's going to get there just in time, but not before I run over a couple of his dudes. Currently at 2 kills of Warriors of Ithaca and counting 4, and that's going to continue to creep on up even though I am in the scrub line. There's another 5th kill, and I haven't lost a single chariot yet, so this is actually going well for me. My infantry is now kind of moving up into this position. I do know of his 2 warriors of Ithaca over here, but I'm not just going to sit there and let my reinforced chariots get chewed up. I'm going to retreat, having already killed 9 of them, but dealing a ton of damage. Now, out this way, the hero, as you can see, I really missed commentating on all of it. I sent my centaurs all the way back, and I had them pounce at the same time as I had my pelagic Thessalians pounce. The hero was on skirmish mode, however, and managed to escape the pelagic Thessalians. He ain't gonna escape the centaurs, though. I caught him here. This is gonna break his chariot, and the rest of the battle for the centaurs is gonna be fighting that archer trickster hero into the corner and chasing him off of the battlefield. Aeginian runners did manage to regroup over here. They're still getting punished for it by all of these exemplary ambushers and even the sirens, but I'm actually okay with that. This is a very inexpensive unit. If I'm taking the attention off of the exemplary ambushers, that's actually a good thing. He's going to go ahead and engage my main line here, and I will countercharge momentarily. There it is. I just ordered the attack. And I'm also going to get in here into the back with my pelagic Thessalians and disrupt their efforts. Here comes a boulder, and it just overshot my renowned Phthia spears. Lucky me, and I also just activated Vanquish so I can get these guys around to the flanks and attack these soldiers even quicker. Meanwhile, I have 2 young spears and an Aeginian runner to try and pin these warriors of Ithaca, and I'm just going to cycle in and out, in and out, in and out, and keep hitting them again and again and again with my my reinforced chariots. Already up to 33 kills, and this is actually really going to work out well for me in the long run. Okay, so there goes what's left of that Aeginian runner. I feel like I gotten value out of them all the same. I'm charging in here now with the pelagic Thessalian. I know that there's a chance that they'll get taunted by the sirens, but hey, there it is. Right on cue. He sees it coming. He taunts it, and that's going to force my pelagic Thessalian to chase the sirens off into the far distant corner of the map. Not great. That's a 1300 fund unit that I'm not really going to see that much value out of. I engage the Cyclops, the warriors of Ithaca, and the heavy sword skirmishers with my renowned Phthia spears. I do get the flank attack in with my pelagic Thessalian. I plug in a gap with a young spear to fight those spear runners, and this is actually really looking good for me, especially against the warriors of Ithaca. Renowned Phthia spears chasing them off the battlefield. Back over here, the ambushers start providing range support to their warriors of Ithaca, targeting my reinforced chariots, dealing a ton of damage. And the other warriors of Ithaca are going to chase off what's left of the young spears. One of them is broken, however. He's going to retreat this warrior of Ithaca, seeing my attack coming. I managed to get up. I'm up to 47 kills now on this chariot, continuing to run over these units. This renowned Phthia spear is chasing the broken Cyclops, but it also gets me within spitting distance of the ambushers. So I'm actually going to re-target and try and chase them off. Pelagic Thessalians cleaning up a heavy sword skirmisher, and I've shattered this heavy sword skirmisher, and this warrior of Ithaca is broken, that spear runner is broken. I order my infantry to move forward, take up position in the scrubs, and help me flush out the ambushers, and probably the Cyclops, who's gonna come back any minute here. My reinforced chariots break under the combined might of the javelins from the warriors of Ithaca. 56 kills ain't too terribly bad, and they earned their XP and at least a little bit more, but unfortunately that means these Aeginian runners, their cost to this battle, they've paid it. They will not be surviving this fight. Poor lads. GG all the same. Those Ithacan lads are going to tear you apart now. Cyclops broken, routing really close to the end of the battlefield. That's where he regroups, of course, and he's going to turn around, probably to try and throw some boulders at my renowned Phthia spears. My pelagic Thessalians are continuing to chase the sirens. My centaurs shatter the archer trickster hero, but not before taking pretty heavy casualties themselves. That trickster managed 47 kills, but my centaurs, it's just too much for him to handle. I'm going to continue to chase the exemplary ambushers, and I just pulled off some ambushes on the ambushing faction. When it boils down to it, I managed to find all of his ambushing units, and then I managed to outmaneuver and defeat the archer trickster hero, chasing him out of the battlefield, and I managed to just remove the sirens from the battle completely by sending units that were going to target the sirens anyway. I felt pretty darn good about this. At this stage, though, now I have to chase off all of the remaining ambushers, but, you know, they have that pesky feature of stalk, which means that, and actually stalk and unspottable. So there's going to be multiple moments in this battle where, as I'm chasing them, I lose sight, and then my infantry stops chasing because they don't know where the enemy is. We get a 1v1 duel here. Cyclops versus Hero. He tries throwing a boulder at point blank. I chased them, unfortunately, and I got to activate a Vanquish for it as well for the extra charge bonus, and that's going to be more than enough for my Hero. Even though Hero doesn't normally beat a Cyclops, that Cyclops was heavily injured in this fight, and sure enough, what's going to happen here is that Cyclops,
Don't waver!
he gets popped, just like that. Alright, so the majority of his warriors of Ithaca regroup. I leave behind 3 renowned Phthia spears to, fight and chase them off. One of them was in a slight bit of trouble as it was fighting 2 warriors of Ithaca at the same time, but it shatters one. I've got my other renowned Phthia spear chasing off the spear runner, and now I'm going to go ahead and chase off this warrior of Ithaca. My hero is going to go ahead and recruit his stamina. My centaurs have chased the hero away. I've managed to get the exemplary ambushers out past the scrub line to a point where I can see them no matter what. And there's the victory. Good game to my opponent, Noxi/Archaios, who decided to play as Ithaca instead of Diomedes this time. He did, I think, fairly well with his Warriors of Ithaca, trying to keep, with 2 of them in particular, he did a very good job maneuvering. He had just had a little bit too much trouble keeping them safe from my chariots, 56 kills, and from my renowned Phthia spears, 158, 113, 88, only 14 on this one, but hey, they can't all be winners. I think that was probably the one I had fighting the Cyclops, considering it did earn 1 XP Chevron. And look at that, 35 and 102 kills for the Pelagic Thessalians. I'm not super pleased with how I used the Pelagic Thessalians, but I am happy that I was able to use them to outflank, ambush, and surprise Ithaca in a couple of different scenarios. That makes me very happy. Anyway, ta-ta for now. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.